What of your own gods? I have never heard you call on them. Their chief is Crom. He dwells on a great mountain. What use to call on him? Little he cares if men live or die. Better to be silent than to call his attention to you. He will send you dooms, not fortune. He is grim and loveless, but at birth he breathes power to strive and slay into a man's soul. What else shall men ask of the gods? But what of the worlds beyond the river of death? She persisted. There is no hope here or hereafter in the cult of my people, answered Conan. In this world men struggle and suffer vainly, finding pleasure only in the bright madness of battle. Dying, their souls enter a gray misty realm of clouds and icy winds, to wander cheerlessly throughout eternity. Belit shuddered. Life, bad as it is better than such a destiny. What do you believe, Conan? He shrugged his shoulders. I have known many gods. He who denies them is as blind as he who trusts them too deeply. I seek not beyond death. It may be the blackness averred by the Nemedian skeptics, or Crom's realm of ice and cloud, or the snowy plains and vaulted halls of the Nordheimer's Valhalla. I know not, nor do I care. Let me live deep while I live. Let me know the rich juices of red meat and stinging wine on my palate, the hot embrace of white arms, the mad exultation of battle, when the blue blades flame and crimson, and I am content. Let teachers and priests and philosophers brood over questions of reality and illusion. I know this. If life is an illusion, then I am no less an illusion, and being thus the illusion is real to me. I live. I burn with life. I love. I slay. And I am content. That is the philosophy according to Conan, which you can find in this great story, Queen of the Black Coast, by Robert E. Howard, which you can find in this great book, The Coming of Conan, the Cimmerian. Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Robert E. Howard Show once again. It's the Robert E. Howard Show once again. And welcome, my friends. Welcome to Stately Vaughan Manor, where we will be talking about the Queen of the Black Coast, one of the greatest Conan stories. This is an excellent story. This first appeared in Weird Tales in May of 1934. And it was a popular story in Weird Tales because this is an excellent story where Conan joins the pirates. He runs into the love of his life, Belit, the pirate queen. She's the Queen of the Black Coast. She's a pirate captain. And he falls in with her because, well, first of all, this story has a great beginning. He's charging down towards the wharf on a horse, and he has armor on, and he has the horse jump onto the deck of this ship, and he tells the captain, okay, we need to go right now. We're leaving right now. And the captain, being a good judge of men, says, okay, yeah, you're right, we're leaving now. So they go, and Conan offers the captain of this merchant vessel this explanation. Well, last night in a tavern, a captain in the king's guard offered violence to the sweetheart of a young soldier, who naturally ran him through. But it seems there is some cursed law against killing guardsmen, and the boy and his girl fled away. It was bruited about that I was seen with them, and so today I was haled into court, and a judge asked me where the lad had gone. I replied, since he was a friend of mine, I could not betray him. Then the court waxed wroth, and the judge talked a great deal about my duty to the state and society and other things I did not understand, and bade me tell where my friend had flown. By this time, I was becoming wrathful myself, for I had explained my position. But I choked my ire and held my peace, and the judge squalled that I had shown contempt for the court, and that I should be hurled into a dungeon, to rot until I betrayed my friend. So then, seeing they were all mad, I drew my sword and cleft the judge's skull. Then I cut my way out of the court. And seeing the high constable's stallion tied nearby, I rode for the wharfs, where I thought to find a ship bound for foreign parts. Which is what he did. It was, it was all very sensible. What else was Conan to do? This is one of those instances where Conan was confronted by the oddness of civilization. Civilization's a weird thing, and sometimes hard to figure out. So Conan, did the only sensible thing and cleft the judge's skull and rode off and hopped aboard this ship. And so the ship takes him. The captain is a decent enough fella. But unfortunately, these waters that the ship is in, they have been a place where pirates frequently attack ships. And wouldn't you know it, a pirate vessel shows up and attacks the ship that Conan is on, and we have a huge battle. And it's a good one. No one writes scenes of violence like Robert E. Howard does. So we have a battle, and only Conan survives because, he's Conan. And usually the last person standing in any fight is Conan. But the captain of this ship is Belit, the pirate queen. And she likes what she sees in Conan. And so instead of killing him, she's like, damn, you're hot, Conan. Join me. Become my right-hand man here on my pirate ship, and we will become pirates together. What do you say, Conan? And Conan's like, that seems like a good deal. Okay, I'm with you. And then Belit does her sexy pirate dance on the deck of the ship where she dances. It's something that pirate captains do, apparently. They do sexy dances on the... I'm sure all pirate captains do this. I'm sure Long John Silver did a sexy pirate dance. It might have been hard for him because he had a wooden leg, but I'm sure it happened. Anyway, Belit does her sexy pirate dance, and Conan's like... And so they become pirates together, and they are successful pirates until one day they decide to go to this city that has a rumor of treasure. There's this lost city down this creepy black river, and there's a rumor that there's treasure there. And so Belit's like, we're going to get that treasure, because Belit loves treasure like more than anything. And Conan's like, yeah, I'm on board. Conan, it seems, is just kind of happy to tag along with Belit. She calls all the shots. She's the captain, and he's like, fine, whatever. Tell me who to fight, I'll fight him, But you get the feeling that Belit is the love of Conan's life. He doesn't express this too much because he's Conan, But you get that feeling that Belit is the one. So they go down this creepy-ass river, and sure enough, they find treasure, but the story gets very dark at this point, because this is where they run into the supernatural menace. And it's really well done. This whole section of the story is really great because... Well, first of all, I don't want to spoil it. I've gotten this far, but I can't give away the ending of this story as much as I would like to, because there's so much great stuff in this story. The eventual fate of Belit. Now, the fate going in of Belit is not going to be great, because Conan... There's one thing about Conan stories. Pretty much in every Conan story, he ends up... If he ends up with a woman, by the next story, the woman is gone. Okay. And in this story, this is a woman that Conan is obviously very attached to. So her fate is not going to be great, right? Because she can't be in the next story. That's just the way Conan stories roll. So, yeah, she has a dark fate belief, but there's an interesting twist to that. And the supernatural monster, the menace that Conan faces in this is great. This story goes very dark. It starts off pretty humorously in a way, the way I described with Conan and his courtroom antics. And then we have Conan actually talking more about his beliefs than he does in any other story. You learn a lot about Conan and his attitude towards life in this story. And then you have the final section of the story, which is just a dark horror fantasy story. And Conan is at his mighty best at the end of this story. It's great. Very dramatic ending. I really highly recommend this Conan story. Again, this is a Conan story that's in the public domain. It's easy to find, The Queen of the Black Coast. You could find it on Project Gutenberg almost certainly. You could get it on Kindle easily. It's available all kinds of places. But this, I think, is still the best place to get it. The Coming of Conan the Cimmerian. This is just a beautiful set of books. And it is illustrated quite beautifully by Mark Schultz. That is a fantastic illustration by Mark Schultz. It's just glorious. And there are a couple of those. I think, here's Belit at the end of her sexy pirate dance. If that's how those dances ended, I'm glad we didn't see the Long John Silver one. But it's an excellent story. It's just beautifully done. So Robert E. Howard at his best, Queen of the Black Coast. I'll shut up now, and I will catch you next time here at stately Vaughan Manor.